Those are so easy.
Yeah.
It's my friend Felder Rushing down in Jackson, Mississippi has a book called Pass Along Plants, and it's about plants that you share,
Nice.
and that certainly is one.
Oh, I love that, pass along plants. All right, well, here's some signature Phillip Watson. This is one of his most popular plants. It's the one tray. It's a cut and plant succulent tile. 12 months of beauty, and oh my gosh, the things you can do with this. You know, Phillip, long before you even had your own line here at QVC, you are a big advocate for these like succulents, these ground cover succulents.
Because they're easy. There's one of the varieties that will be in this mix that you're going to get. That is that beautiful crimson one, and that's the way it looks in the wintertime. And it's beautiful red in the summertime too, but I'll tell you about the different attributes. And this is the sedum tile is 5 inches by 20 inches, and it's a mixture of hardy sedum and hardy ice plants. So you've got beautiful blooms all summer long for the butterflies, and then in the wintertime it turns into the jewel tones. So it's got a great look. And look, this is how much plant, this is one order. This is what I call an arm's length order.
Wow. Okay, so here's how it's going to ship to you. But then it's also going to get these beautiful blooms on it.
Correct.
So when I get this home, what am I going to do with it?
You're going to plant it if you feel like it. And if you don't, you can wait a year.
That's
this is
true.
how tough these are. These are tough, and let me just show you. Look at that. It's grown on this. And let me just take it out. I want to show you that this thing is tough. It's not something that's just going to fall apart on you. This thing, you've got get 2-inch squares out of this, which I cut one over here. Actually, I just pulled it off like Charlie would. And one of these squares can get this year 3 to 6 inches tall and 18 to 20 inches wide.
Oh my gosh.
And you get 20 out of one order. 20 of these, and look at this. I planted one of those little squares in here. By the 4th of July, that will have filled this pot up.
Wow.
And then the blooms will start to come. As you see, the
Look
bigger
how
blooms
pretty.
are the ice plant blossoms. And then the smaller blooms will be the various sedum varieties.
Gosh, and think about that versus instead of mulch, where you have an area where maybe instead of every year you're looking at mulch, plant something that is more beautiful than mulch. Also, you know, I have a friend, Mark, who is an incredible gardener, and he has big, massive gardens. And I said to him, how on earth do you manage all this? And he said, ground cover is my biggest secret.
Yes, he's right. He's absolutely right.
Because then you don't have to worry about weeds.
And what I love about this too is that these are for the areas where nothing else will work. The hot, baking, sunny areas like next to your driveway or next to your patios, or in pots or window boxes that you sometimes forget to water. If you plant these in a window box, get them established, you can water them once a month and they're still going to live.
And if you look in here, just all the different, and if the camera can come in really close, like all of the different beautiful little tiny plants in here, and some of these are going to get those gorgeous blooms on them, but it is rich, it is lush, they have incredible texture to them, and it's really hard to kill them.
Well, it is hard to kill them, but as I mentioned, I've left mine out in the driveway for over 2 years. In this tray.
In the tray, and they just keep going.
That's how tough, but you see green roofs. You've heard people talk about green roofs. This is what they plant on green roofs because they're very shallow.
Oh.
You don't have a lot of soil up there, and you don't need a lot of water. The beauty of this is that you don't want to be putting a lot of water on the roof anyway.
Yeah.
But when the rain comes down, this absorbs part of that. If you've got them in containers or between stones, as we're showing here, that's very shallow. And see how that's in the stone? You're not going to get anything else to grow in there and look like that. Just fabulous.
Boy, is that pretty.
And it just marries itself to the stones, like the old dry stack walls that I saw all around Virginia when I lived in Virginia. Makes them handsome. That area where the stepping stones are, where it gets really hot, right there. And then there's just one of the varieties that's in this tile, right next to this stone. But again, it has 12 months of interest out of the year. It's perennial. It comes back year after year, and it's guaranteed for an entire year.
And you know, I would say if you like this idea, well, one tile's really going to get you like maybe 20 square feet, I would say, right? If like each one gives you at least.
That's
However,
right.
I would say pick up several and get them while we have them, because when they're gone for the season, they are gone. And this is always one of Phillip's most popular selections. Look at the blooms on this. So free shipping and handling, 3 easy payments of $7 and change. Just give us a call, 1-800-500-7590. You know, another thing too is I like to use these just in a low, shallow planter, just to have, like, I mean, just something like this in like a bowl sitting on my deck, on the coffee table area of my outside furniture.
Yes.
You just put this here and it looks so pretty. It's like living art.
All winter. All the time. The trick
And if
is,
you go away, you don't have to worry about, oh, that plant didn't do well because it got too dry.
you can go on your month vacation and come back and it's still going to be living. It's going to be fine for you. That's what I love about this plant. Make sure your pot is not a pot that's going to fall apart. Like those whiskey barrels are ideal for that. This will form a carpet in the whiskey barrel and it will be there for years and years and years because the pot's not going to fall apart. But if you wanted to plant it around the edge of a pot, it will cascade over the edges of the pot. This will cascade halfway down this pot. And then if you want to add an annual in the center just for color, but knowing that your edge is already planted every year, you just do that.
3 easy payments of $7.33. You're getting this home for under $22. And then each like 2 inches, and you don't have to be precise about it. Just get in there and pull it apart.
Just pull it apart.
Pull it apart.
Don't be afraid to do it. These things are tough. They don't mind being manhandled like that.
Just stick them in the dirt and they just
like
grow
that.
and grow. Literally, they'll grow like that. They're so cool. And that's why that's one of Phillip's most fierce. Guess what? I get to say it. Officially for the season, your whiskey barrels have sold out.
Well, I'm trying to get some back and I'm praying we might.
Maybe for this year, you think?
Maybe.
Okay.
I'm looking. We're trying hard.
Okay.